Temperatures in the 50s are unusual for early March in Minnesota, and those warmer conditions are quickly shrinking the state's already meager snowpack. Snowfall amounts have varied across the state this winter, and much of Minnesota falls in the abnormally dry category, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor. State climatologist Pete Boulay says 2020 was a moderately dry year for Minnesota farmers, many of whom were living off past rains.
The excessively wet 2019 was still sitting in the soil last year. So 2020 was a fairly dry year across the state, but you wouldn't know it because we still had a lot of soil moisture. And some of that moisture is still sitting in the ground from 2019, although if we have an open spring, we lose the snowpack early and we get really warm and no rain. It could dry out in a hurry.
Because of frozen subsoil, most snowmelt does little to help subsoil moisture levels. Instead, it helps to refill lakes and streams. Without spring rains, soil conditions could dry out in many areas of the state.
When I say we have average soil moisture, that's kind of strange. We haven't had average soil moisture in quite a few years. It's been well above average, been very moist. So starting out average, we haven't seen that in a few years. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. It's all about timing.
Because frost levels in Minnesota are relatively shallow, snow following a warm-up could deliver some needed soil moisture, but spring rains are still most beneficial. However, Boulay says timing is everything.
You know, we would like to see a little bit more moisture get into the ground, that topsoil to have a little bit of moisture to work with. We've been dry this winter in general across the state, so getting a little bit above normal precip in March might help us out a bit.
This is Dan Lemke reporting.